Hey guys, welcome to another Kingdom Hearts deck profile. Today we are bringing the level 3 Riku from the last set of Kingdom Hearts. This one's super cool because when you play him, you get to search your deck for the Way to the Dawn at the start of the game and have it equipped. And as long as you have the Way to the Dawn equipped, you get to draw an extra card during your draw phase, so you get to have a 7-card starting hand and keep that momentum going. And then the Way to the Dawn is dumb. Whenever you win a challenge, the opponent loses an additional HP. And then during an action or challenge phase, when your opponent plays a card that increases HP, like Cura or Cure, which most of my decks play, you discard a card from your hand and cancel that card effect. So you stop your opponent from healing. Just a disclaimer, this is not my build. This is a Fantmir's build. I liked this Riku deck, so I wanted to build it and figured I could put all these deck profiles in one spot. And if I could find his YouTube channel, I would link to it, but it appears that he is no longer on YouTube. So if I'm wrong, let me know. But I played 2 Way to the Dawns. Way to the Dawn lets you, if you have it in your starting hand, you can still equip it. There's a small possibility, which has happened, where you draw both these in your opening hand, and then you can still equip it, so you're just down a card. I play the 1 event. I don't know if he plays this event. I don't remember. Play Chippendale to recycle our graveyard. We play Kairi. Kairi gives Sora and Riku a +3, and you can discard her. Then choose a Heartless or a Nobody from your opponent's friend area and discard it, so it's very good against Organization 13, Dark Riku, and Ansem. 1 level 0 Titus. Level 0 Titus lets you discard him to discard a level 0 friend your opponent has in play. Magic Friend. Friend or Magic Friend. So you can use this to get rid of Owl, so you can play Magic. Or anything else that's bugging, like an opponent's Kairi. 1 the King. The King tutors. The King is a very good card to play. All decks that can play the King should play the King because it tutors any card from your deck to your hand. Level 1 to play the level 1 Titus. It does the same thing as the other Titus except for level 1 friends. So this should sort of fill. So you can play magic cards. The Owl really hurts this deck. The fill not so much. But then this gets rid of level 1s, so you can get rid of some other good stuff out of it. 1 Stitch. Stitch on ETB gives you a life. Then if it participates in a challenge, you discard all equipment from their player card. You don't have to win, you just have to participate. So you play the Stitch and swing it to your opponent and eat their Keyblades. Play 2 Moogles. This deck is very high drop on the heavier stuff. Moogle allows each player to play friend cards of any level. Only problem is when you force them to, or when you're forced to do combat with the Moogles, they're -5s. It doesn't happen often, but there are Heartless that cause you to do that. 2 level 1 Mickey Mouses do the same thing, but for Donald and Goofy. So you can play Donald and Goofy of any levels, and just you though, it doesn't affect your opponent. 1 Donald. This Donald gives level 3 magics, so you can cast Stitch and Bambi. 1 Sid. Sid, you discard Sid from your friend area to discard cards from your hand and then draw that many cards. So allows you to keep going if you kind of draw dead. 2 King Triton. Triton's a unique card. Not a lot of characters do what he does, where when you play him, he's treated as level 1 when you place him into play, then he goes back up to level 2. So you can skip your level 1s, go to level 2s, and continue to friend build off of that. So these are super cool. 1 Yuffie. Yuffie is random hand destruction. On play, you get to randomly discard a card from your opponent's hand. So not the worst card, but really cool. For level 3s, we play the 1 Kairi. +5 to your Sora or Riku card in play. Then you can discard her and then you may choose one Dark Heartless or Dark Nobody card from your opponent's friend area and discard it. So she helps you get rid of cards on those 13 decks. 2 Bambis. Bambi on play lets you draw 2 cards. Very good. Level 3 magics. Kyrie also has that magics. Then 1 Goofy, 3 Donald that all say on play draw a card level 3. You could play 2 and 2. You could play 3 Goofy. I want to say he put the Donalds in here for Bambi and for Cure. So be careful when you're building, but you could do it that way. 2 level 4s. Level 4 Donald. Search your deck for a magic card and add it to your hand. Search your deck for an attack card and add it to your hand. This card's very good. And then level 4 Orin. Orin gains X support value, or X is the number of friend cards in your discard pile. So if you discard a lot of your friends through abilities, he just gets bigger. If this participates in a successful challenge, choose one of your opponent's friend cards remaining after the challenge and discard it. So he helps wipe your opponent's board off. And then we play the Sephiroth Cloud. This card just ends the game. If you get this, and this happened to me yesterday while we were playing this deck, my opponent drew both of these pieces, and there's nothing you can do. They come in together, must be played together. On the field, they are considered 1 card. On play, discard all your friends. This card doesn't have to be discarded after participating in a battle or a challenge, and cannot be discarded by an opponent's card ability. You can't get it off the board, so you can only bounce it back to hand if you have the ability to do that, which is very difficult. There's a reason why these 2 cards together are like $500. Then we play the Oblivion and Ultima obligatory that we have to play. The 1 Fairy Harp, which is also obligatory, you have to play because it helps when you are on the losing side of a challenge. And then Riku gets his own equip, or his own attack card, and Soul Eater, which you have to play 3 of in every Riku deck, and if you don't play 3, you are wrong because you should play 3. If this card participates in a victorious challenge, your opponent loses an additional HP, but you can't use more than 1. So with this, plus Weight of the Dawn means that the challenge will do 3 damage, which halves a lot of people. I got hit with this earlier against Axel, and it's a good thing Axel's a World Racer deck, because that life gain is very necessary when you're losing 2 life on a challenge. We play 1 Cure for 2 health, Cura, and then 1 Curaga for 3 health. So it gives you 5 health. And you play these off your Donalds. This can be played off Kyrie, this can't. For Heartless, we've got Cave of Wonder Guardian, Cerberus, Storm Rider. These are your big ones, big beefy villain guys. Cave of Wonder Guardian takes all damage that gets dealt to the world that he's at, and you can run away from a world with him out without discarding all your friends. Cerberus discards all clouds in play, and then you have to use at least 3 friends to get rid of him in a challenge. And then Storm Rider is really busted. You can only have 1 Storm Rider on a world. Magic damage done to this card is reduced to 0. If you discard 3 cards from your hand when you play this card, you may ignore the world level. If this card is on your opponent's world during their discard phase, they must discard the world and all dark cards on that world. So you can set them back with this card. This card is insane. And then 2 Barrel Spiders. You have to use magic to remove these, or you lose a hit point, which is very good for Riku because Riku wants to push as much damage down their throat as possible. And as you've seen, everything that I have built so far, except for Axel, uses no magic or very limited magic. So magic doesn't show up as often as it should. But that's what metagames are for. It's your change. And then 2 Destiny Islands for Worlds. Destiny Island enters play. You search your deck for a level 0, which is always the king. And then you use the king to search for whatever you actually want. But you can also search Kyrie, Titus, if you've already used your king. Timeless River for that control. Get rid of your opponent's lowest value friend. And Monstro, they can only have 3 friends in play at a time. Just, again, health for control. Name of his game is Rush as fast as possible. Get them down, and then defeat them very quickly. I really hope you guys are enjoying these deck profiles. Leaving any comments you have down below. And we'll get you that game content as soon as possible with more deck profiles on the way. So just stay tuned and let me know if there's any other Kingdom Hearts content you want to see. But until next time, peace.